to my channel, and today is the day where I finally create my own book tag. I've been wanting to create my own book tag for a while now, but I've been trying to find the right thing to base it around, and recently I found the musical book tag, which I did and I will link below, and I thought, why not base a tag around a musical? I know there's already the Hamilton book tag which is going around and I'm going to film that later. But my favourite musical is Wicked, and I searched YouTube and I can't find a Wicked book tag, so I thought, why not base one around that musical? So this one is basically based around some of my favourite songs, so let's get started. The first one is Dear Old Shiz, and Shiz is the university Elphaba and Glinda go to, and the question for that is your favourite fictional school. Now, for me, this has to be quite obvious, and that is Hogwarts. I would love to go to Hogwarts. I am still waiting for my letter. It must have got lost in the post somewhere, but I just want to go there. I hate to say it, but it seems magical. I want to be sorted into my house, even though I know I'm a Slytherin. Well, according to Pottermore, I'm a Slytherin, but I see myself as more of a Hufflepuff. And I want to do all the lessons, history of magic, defence against the dark arts, transfiguration, which will be probably pretty cool, and I just want to see what it's like. I think this is my childhood. Going to Hogwarts would be amazing, but I think the closest I'm ever going to get is at the Harry Potter Studio Tour down in London and walking into the Great Hall, and that is just one of the best feelings ever. If you're a Harry Potter fan and you haven't been to the Harry Potter Studio Tour in London, you really need to go. It'll just make you even more obsessed with Harry Potter because it is amazing down there. The next one is The Wizard and I, and this one is what character would you most like to meet? For me, this was quite hard. I would like to meet many different characters and for different reasons, but I thought for this I would go with Mina Harker from Dracula by Bram Stoker. Now, Mina Harker seems to be an underrated character, while Dracula itself is an underrated book. But Mina is such a strong female character. She sees her best friend Lucy go through being bitten by a vampire. She's bitten by the vampire herself. And she just does not give in. She gives those men a good fighting with, especially because they're like, oh, you can stay at home. And she's like, no, I'm not staying at home. And I just love her. And I think you should give this a read, because if you don't fall in love with Mina Harker, then something may be wrong with you. The next one is Popular, probably one of the favourite songs in the musical ever. I love that song. And for this song, the question is, what book do you wish was more popular? Again, very hard question. There's lots of underrated books on my bookshelf, but for this I've gone with Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. Now this, I think, is a hidden gem. I haven't really heard it mentioned on BookTube. To be honest, I haven't really heard Neil Gaiman mentioned at all, but I love Neverwhere. It basically follows James Mayhew, who's living in London. I believe he's originally from Scotland, and he finds a woman in his room, and then they end up below London and everything's a bit topsy-turvy. So the angel Islington, which is a town in London, is actually an angel. Then there's the Old Bailey, which is a man who lives on top of the Old Bailey and lives with the pigeons. It is very, very weird and very, very good, and I think more people should read this, especially if they like fantasy, because I would say it's kind of in the fantasy genre. And this one is also a really gorgeous illustrated book, which I picked up at Waterstones. It's probably one of my favourite editions, because obviously illustrated just makes everything better. Next one is One Short Day, and the question for this is, what fictional town or city would you most like to visit? And for me, this would be the Night Court from A Court of Mist and Fury. This is where Rysand lives and rules over, and Sarah J Maas just describes it so beautifully. The way she even just describes the sky and the buildings, it just sounds so beautiful, and there's also the fashions as well. The way she describes it is just so good, and I just want to go in the book and go there and visit, even if it is just for one day. And I just can't wait to hear more about the Night Court in A Court of Wings and Ruin, because I'm pretty sure we will see more of it, even though Fairy is now in the Spring Court. I just love the Night Court so much, and the people in there as well sound pretty cool. And the next one is Defying Gravity, probably the best first act finale ever, and the question for this is the best cliffhanger. Now for this, again, I have to say A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas, just because I did not expect that ending, and I am not going to say it because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't done it, but I did not expect the two people to get together, and I did not expect them to get together and go against a certain character, which just totally sets up A Court of Wings and Ruin. And I finished this book and I just wanted the next book straight away, and I am still gobsmacked about the ending of this book, and I just need the next book now. This is such a good cliffhanger. Next one is As Long As You're Mine, and that's your favourite fictional crush. I do get crushes on fictional characters quite a lot, but they're mostly from movies and films. Bookish crushes don't really happen, but I have to admit, again, when I read A Court of Mist and Fury, I did kind of fall in love with Rice, and just because he's totally different than what you originally think he is. Basically, he finds out that him and Fairy are mates when he first saw her back in A Court of Thorns and Roses, but he didn't push himself onto her. He waited until she was ready and until she fell in love with him, and he was just there waiting, which I think is just so cute and romantic. And I just love him, and the way, I can't say because I don't want to spoil it, but I just love him. I really hope Sarah J Maas doesn't kill him off, because if she does, I won't be very happy. The next one is No Good Deed, and the question for this is your favourite villain. Now normally for this I normally go for Dracula, but I thought I'd change things up a bit, and this time I have gone for Jafar from A Whole New World. Now this is basically a dark YA retelling of Aladdin, as you can probably guess, except this happens when Aladdin gives the lamp to Jafar straight away, and Jafar basically becomes this mad, dark ruler of Agrabah, and I think that is so cool. He just gets really mad, and he makes an army out of dead people, and he basically tries to force Jasmine to love him. He kills the Sultan, and he is just totally bonkers, and I think that makes him a great villain. And if you haven't read this book, I think you should give it a go, especially if you do like Aladdin. Aladdin was never my favourite Disney film, but I love this book, and it keeps you gripped as well. The last one is For Good, and that is your favourite fictional friendship. Now again, I normally go for Harry Potter and Harry, Ron and Hermione, but again I thought I'd change things up a bit, and this time I have gone from the crew of Six of Crows. So there's Kaz, Inges, I can never pronounce her name, Nina, Jasper, Wylan and Matthias. I love them. I read this book and fell in love with this flawed crew of such a diverse people. That doesn't make sense, but I just love them. This is a book that's from the point of view of every person, and I think that's what makes you fall in love with them. If this was just from the view of one person, say for Kaz, you wouldn't get as personally attached to each character, but because Leigh Bardugo wrote this for different points of view for each character, you just fall in love with them, and you just get really upset when sad things happen. You just want them to keep getting what they want, and you're just like, go on. And yeah, I think their friendship is just so cool, and to have a group of friends like that from such diverse backgrounds, I think that's amazing, and Leigh Bardugo did a great job of bringing them all together. So yeah, that's it for my Wicked tag. I'm not quite sure who I am going to tag at the moment, but I'll probably just go message them when I upload this. So yeah, if you're interested in doing this tag, then feel free to do it. Just leave a link to this video down below in your description section, just so people can know where it originally came from. That would be cool. So as usual, you can like or subscribe to this channel, comment down below with what you might do for these questions, and also there's my Twitter, Goodreads, Instagram and Snapchat to follow, and I will see you later. Bye!